Well, over in the United States, out of the 1.58 million people who have contracted the coronavirus, the state of New York ranks top on the list of states with nearly 23,000 deaths, followed by New Jersey with over 149,000 cases, over 10,000 deaths, and Illinois with over 98,000 cases and over 4,300 deaths. Interestingly, all 50 U.S. states have partially reopened following a 2-month lockdown. Across the country, it appears there is an overall downward trend in new cases and deaths over time, with states such as New York, New Jersey and Washington now showing sharpest declines, while majority of states have reached plateaus. Well, our correspondent Maria Bird joins us now on the program to bring us up to speed on the situation in the country. Maria, how do we reconcile these numbers about the situation in the United States and the true situation on ground?
Well, the numbers are clear. I know there's been a lot of speculation around the accuracy of the numbers. But again, if you look at what's happening in the hospitals, if you look at the number of individuals that are in ICUs, if you look at the number of individuals that are recovering and those who are leaving hospitals and that are not recovering and that are dying as a result of COVID-19, it's clear that this has a major impact on the United States and that the United States clearly still has a long way to go to address the COVID-19 devastation that has occurred as a result of the pandemic. And so we know that the numbers are showing extremely high. And yes, there has been controversy about whether or not some of the testing was done accurately, whether some states have higher numbers than there are actual tests. But there are many states that are actually underreporting and that have more individuals that have come in contact and that have recovered or have COVID-19 than are reported as well. So there's still a lot of work to be done in the U.S., especially as it relates to really understanding how many have been impacted by this pandemic.
Maria, you mentioned testing there, and many analysts have been talking about increased testing and regular testing. That was a problem initially for the United States. Has there been any improvement on availability of test kits and testing in general?
There's been great improvement in testing. Yes, testing is far more available today than it was a few months ago. But again, one of the greatest challenges is, and they're starting to move toward not having individuals have to have a doctor's order in order to receive a test. That has obviously caused for many individuals, especially those who are lower moderate income, might not have a doctor to call, might not have a regular physician to get an order to take a test. And so that, again, has been a great challenge. But we are moving toward a lot of the community health centers providing testing, which means individuals without health insurance can come and get free tests, and they don't have to have an insurance provider to pay for their test. And so that will obviously bring a lot more equity to testing in the U.S.
The United States remains the worst hit country with more than 1.5 cases and 93,000 deaths. Yet, a lot of states, well, all the states now are reopening. Is there a planned phase for this, or are authorities playing this by ear?
There are several phased approaches. The federal government, the CDC, has had several recommendations regarding the phased approach. But again, many states are not necessarily following. There's a phase 1, 2, and 3. And in phase 1, there's minimal openings that are allowed during that initial phase. But some states are, obviously looking at the economic issues that exist. We have the worst unemployment rate, the greatest unemployment rate since the Great Depression. You have many individuals we're at a time where college students are graduating, so they're looking to receive jobs. And so economics has taken, unfortunately, in some cases, a higher precedence. And so many states have yielded to the economics and yielded to the protesters that are asking for the country to reopen in specific states, because we are looking at all 50 states in some regard, whether it's partial reopening or full reopening, have made attempts to reopen.
All right, then, Maria Bird, our Washington, D.C. correspondent, speaking to us there. Thank you again, Maria, and do stay safe.
Thank you.